Hi, this is IK. Welcome to replacing router 5 with router 6. Even though I'm thinking about a workshop about show you in real time how I uh, build or how I replace router 5 with router 6, but it was first time for me, and I have a lot of problems, but not problems, but I don't understand. I don't thinking, I don't working, I have not experience with the work, transform, convert, or replace router 5 with router 6. Because of that, I do this version, what is now, and doing that, I have this problem, and I will not solve this problem without your present. And now it is problem. How it problem build up? Here is this web application, and when it is index, and yeah, here in index, when I take it, now it's okay, but I will explain every step slowly, every step what I did, but now I spoke concretely what I have, what error I have during work, and it means, and when I here, of course, I have import to import add post before and import post list also. Same problem I have for import add post. Now and I solve it, and now post list, and I want to solve it with that you watching that. And analyze what is error. Error in index.js. Okay, index.js, yes. Here is index.js, and we are now in index.js. Here it is. And I want to add, as you see, I want to add this in that root of index, because index, that word means home page. And I want to see immediately when we open home page that would be like Facebook. It will be page, it will be immediate stress in mainstream. And I want to see add form and post list and post list. Okay. And here I write add post list and in that moment I have this export default, import it as a post list, was not found in feature post list. Dakle, naprosto very clear, export default was not found in this path, but it is there. Look at here it is, post list, Here it is import post list from this. And it exists here. Post list exists. Here is import. But there in post list, there is export. Let's go to see. Post list, here it is. Post list component, export, constant, and now I see there is no default. There is no default. Only export. Okay, but look at now. I will export. Pardon. Instead, but now error is constant. Constant expression means some formula, and it is function, also expression, but not after this expression expected. And what I do, function, and convert it in function. I must delete this and delete this arrow also. And all function, all is good. Here is add form, and here is post now visible. But now I have one ID, and I try it. For example, I work with it, and I did the replace list, for example. It is constant, yes. Everybody here, I write. Okay, let's go to post list. Post list. Post list here. When I write export constant, and now function is something more, and here it is equal, and here it is arrow. Arrow now is okay, but what I do now, what is my ID? My ID is take it and get down and write export default post list. Let's go now to see. Yes, working. Excellent. Excellent. It is a reason that we must write export default down below all other and not with name. Okay, and I see it only now in meeting with router 6. When I in video before, I didn't look. Does it was? I can look now. Here it is, router 6. This is router 6, and I will see dates, for example. Dates here, yeah. Export default function. In export default and the date, export default function. And now, if I, instead of function to have a constant, I must export default right at bottom of the script, below all others, here, below, here. Okay, get back to our application 439. What I do here, not a lot of this video about this, about conversion 5 to 6 will be short. Here it is. I use router application, router 6, address of what will be in description below video. And I look at the index and look at what I do. We have app. And all this browser router, of course, browser router routes router, I must import. Here it is. Import browser router routes root from React Router DOM 6. Of course, at first I install React Router DOM. Installation is, I think that I explained that in last video, but here it is. Explanation is here. I find it is very, yeah, here it is. npm I is instead of all word install react-router-dom monkey 6. Enter, and I have, after that, in package JSON, I have this version. And after that, I can do this. Index.js router 6. I look at the index. I imported this, import browser router routers root from React Router DOM. This is, and get down, and I look at in here it was something about root, render, etc. But in my application, I have Redux, and there is a more script than this, and all that what I find in here and all other what I find now in application Redux, I don't touch, but take it. Only take complete browser router. It is beginning of root structure, navigation structure, root structure. Get down. Here is end. Here is end. I copy it, control copy, and go to index of application what have root 5, and get down to index. Now it is a change all, but I change and something work here. But what I do is, you see, it was without my intervention. It was imported because of Redux, and because look at React Redux and React DOM client, App Store, and here is app. It was, and this is new what I imported later, and there was this this. I don't touch that. I only, here was only up without this. I copy that up, only up, for example, and take care that browser router don't touch provider, and browser router must take it also now, but before it was only up, there is no structure, only up, and I give a structure of root 6, and I look at you see, there was not all the single pose. I import that later. And what I do, I stay browser router, routers, root path element, and I combine only router index I take, and nothing more. Okay, and after that, when I remove what I don't need, I have practically start only from this, from root path up, and close it and experiment something that I understand root 6, how it works. I spoke a lot of before about root 6 that have possibility of wrap. With this path up, there is a self-closed and not self-closed. And I spoke about that, and I combine structure and edit undo. I have this one. Now I have this one. And what I want when we open, how is Facebook, is when we open Facebook, if we log in, about login later, it is not now important, because it is beginner, and I want to go step by step to log in, and security, it will be last. And now we work basic knowledge. We must experience a lot of experience, and this is experience, and don't hurry to login. Must experience with router. And what I want to see this, to see add title, who send, and send message. What you have in mind? Save post. Here it is. Only view post. Look at when what I want, that this part, we must have part what is always visible. It is title, Redux reader title, and navigation. Some of navigation must be always with, and home, I see add post form. It is add post form, post list. It is really what we need in Facebook, in social network. Here is author, and we have who write this, and we can look at in post list what the users write. But admin post, when I would have admin post, I will have links about admin post. But home is that. But when I click in view, I have a view single page, read single page with all comment, and reply 1, but it is only that visible on the screen. It is not below anything. It is visible on the screen. It is permanent address. Here is up is permanent address, and it is really have Facebook when we click to permanent address on date and the time published post. If we click on that time, would be open permanent address. It is now 1, parameter 1, but look at now. For go to back, we will step by step build all what we need for our application. Now I work about root, structure of root. And when I add something here, save post, yes, we see that post, you see. And view that post. All that work. Yeah, I would show you. Look at now, not 1, but look at now what is parameter. Parameters of a lot of, it is a string, and it is a random string, and it is parameter because function in what coming with the Redux toolkit. That function give us that ID possibility, unique identification. Here increment, it is something what I don't need now, and app, but I delete it later. Now is important root structure. Why I see, look at index.js. Root homepage is up application. It is topic application, what always called it at first. At first was called index.html. This is when we type address and first time loading application, we call index.html. And index.html before in first version was JavaScript call. Here was visible JavaScript that call index.js. Now it is in background, not visible. And index.html is called, and index.html, index.html is called by default by hypertext transfer protocol. Hypertext transfer protocol call only index.html, index.php, but not index.js. And index.js, this application, there is a lay on the server node JS, but there is a layer what now we understand hypertext transfer protocol. Because all this about JavaScript, that application, the frameworks, the servers, all that is some adding to hypertext transfer protocol. It is some layer to hypertext transfer protocol, and at first must work hypertext transfer protocol. Because of that, here we have index.html in folder public, and hypertext transfer protocol call index.html. It is by protocol index.html, because in context, in background, index.html is declared like home page, and home page start to go to client after calling, but say moment call index dot and when index HTML coming must be installed on client complete HTML, and after that start execute, or of course after that execute JavaScript. Before, JavaScript was at first JavaScript was written on index.html. We write code on the page, web pages. We write code of JavaScript, and that code was visible to client. And when web page start to go to client before with JavaScript, at first must be installed in document object model in DOM, must be installed complete HTML, and after that start execute JavaScript. Why? Because JavaScript is what is goal of JavaScript from first day? Goal is manipulate with HTML element, and if JavaScript can manipulate HTML element, all element must be in DOM, in memory, in document object model. And after that, JavaScript can manipulate with HTML document. All that is now also. Index.html must be installed as DOM, it is HTML. Structure must be installed in a client, and after that start execution of our JavaScript application. And now complete JavaScript application go to client and execute like application on client in JavaScript environment. The application before, it was only web page with JavaScript, small program, a small script. It was function when we push button click, we started some function, etc., and hide some div, open some div, drop down menu, verification of forms, etc. But now go all JavaScript application, because there is a server for that application, and that application coming from JavaScript server coming to our client, and in client we have JavaScript. Every browser there is JavaScript possibility that JavaScript actually JavaScript support. Again, first, when we call some address, index.html start to client, but that index.html call index.js. This index.js, it is process like that in JavaScript, but in JavaScript application. Index.js call app.js, our top application. Look at how. Always in index.js, always we have an app. And index.js, when you see this, it means calling, starting that component, execution of that component. And always component app was in index.js. You can look all other application, all application of root will have app here, app. Because there is a pause, it is render, our background, our context, our root object, there is a method render, and rendering, it is rendering of, or we can state execution or start of app component, because here is a calling render app. And now, first time, app is not only one here, but here is root 6, and it is big news, the biggest news in router 6. And here coming root structure from app, from directly on app component. App component is empty, is free from structure, root structures, and index.js is now usefulness, more useful, and make free for other resources, for other code and script, free app application. It is possible because of this, that now in route 6, we don't need self-close, but we can have a wrap around. We can have one opening component, one opening root. Root is element of React. Opening root and closed root. Closed root, close tag. Here it is close root. And all this inside open on app application. Now we have all inside that would be open in app application. It means that app navigation would be always visible on top of the pages. We must, app must have this, app must have element outlet. And in that outlet, in this position where we write, but it is bottom position, we can outlet locate where you want. In that outlet, go home link, what we call home, means domain here, and we must go to root, index.js root. Look at this domain, root path element app would be open app. If app is empty, we will be empty, blank pages. But if on app there is something, we will see that and open up. But look at it is not closed, and root is child. It's one root of index, but name index means that it is our home page. It is home page of our React application now, index, and if I write home and add post and post list, and I will see that index would be open first. When I click, when domain is open, would be visible first, and I see on the screen this add post list, and I want that. I just want that. Here it is. It is a root of app, and opening, first opening on domain site on this slash on home would be open index. Look at. This is that slash, or without slash, never mind. And I will close this and I start. And look at, will be open to domain, to slash, and we will see what we want. We want to see Facebook-like possibility to write a message and see that message below that. Yeah, here it is. Now we're on the server 3002. Now we can write and save post. Save post. Look at home, admin post. It is two links. It is two links on app. App is home page, but because of index, I write on the index dit add post form and the post script, and because of that I look at now as index. When I click, when I want to see one post only, permanent address, one post, here it is, one post, but visible, I have a visible principal link. Admin post later, it is only here for figure, post not found, home. And for now, I satisfy for first phase of building routes for my Facebook-like application. For now, it is enough. I can add my message here. I can write my message, save post, look at that message, my and others what write, here it is, and I can view permanent link. I copy that permanent link and send, sharing that post. It is because of that. Permanent link is because of sharing some post. And it is all what I now need. Later we will speak, I incorporate login, I incorporate registered side. Registered side is users, our users. And for now, I have all main what I need, and I can get to Bootstrap, better say React Strap. React Strap, it means design and formatting step by step. I hope now I know that export the default must be write down, or use function instead of object constant, variable constant. And I understand I understand routes in router 6 in router 6. It means it is open tag and all is inside. I have only root index homepage and this root self-closed for a number postd. Look at it is not it is column post ID because it is child of home, and after home would be post ID. It would be 1, 2, or random or ID by a script, and that function would produce a random string. Again, we must have this, and we must have this opening, and all will be inside. And all will index is here. I add post form, post list. Of course, I must import that. Single post page, import add post, post list, and that 3 is here. Up, add post form, post list is here on index, and root for post ID, single post is here. But all is inside because it's closing, it is opening, it is closing, all is inside. And of course, close routers, close browsers, and look at provider is here. And React, because before app, instead of this, this, you look at provider is opening, here is a provider, and provider closed. Inside provider is wrap around app, but now that app is again app, but that app received all other components. All other components here, because root for app and root closed of app. Inside that two root, we have all other root, and that all other root, what we call child root of app, would be opening in app outlet element, React element, and that outlet is here. Of course, I must import outlet. Here is import outlet. I don't need a link here, and don't need use params, and it's okay. Use params, yeah. Single something else. Single page, single post page, single post page, home. I must, does it, where, it is, no, I can't view, I can back home, yeah. When I go back home, would be removed single post because it is only in memory. This post is only in memory. When they would in the database or on the Java or on the JSON format, they will be always here. Now they are disappear, save, now it's here, I view anything. I go in view and go back. When I go back, it is here. But when I call home, it is rendering. It is rendering, and that rendering, there is only initial post. Initial post. It is rendering got up, and it is like it is starting point, and starting point is second post. Okay, when I click view post, this initial two posts, second post, first post, they are initial value. They initial state of post, they are hard writing in our slice page, and that exists always like that. But what we send in memory, of course, every refresh will remove from memory what we type. First, look at, here is now 1, and here is 0, and we call that like this. We call that in index, we call that like this. It is child of this, and we have slash and number in ID, post ID. And that path is properties, and this post ID is value of properties. Path is properties. This root we can call React element, or that React element for React is object, and object, there is properties. Here is path is properties equal properties value. It will be properties value. But when it go to web address in web address, it will be parameter of that web address, and in single page that post ID coming from web address, because root element, root object is for about address, about web address. And this parameter go to web address. After this slash will be this. And it is parameter. And single page post must take its parameter. Let's go to see how. Single post page, here it is. I don't need this counter. It's now for now I don't need it. Single page. How? Before here was a match, object match, and match take parameters. Match take params, and after changing, removing match, and write constant params equal use params, of course, use params is here from React router DOM, from 6, from router 6 coming here, use params. Match is coming from from React 5. Now we have React 6, and we must use params is hook for that. Use params, and as before, constant dispatch equal use dispatch, use other use state, and etc. what we need, what we learn and experience until now. Now we have experience with use params. It is hook, it is function, and in this statement, it means that object params have object params have as properties. Object params can have all parameter take received inside as properties. And the next statement will be constant post ID, declaration of object post ID equal params object dot properties post ID. And this post ID, our object, is value of parameters in web address. And with that value, we go, all other is the same. Changes is here, remove match and two statement instead of statement before. All others is same. And of course, don't forget import what you need. I now don't need use state. I can remove this. Single post page. A single post page and counter a single post page counter, I call in counter in a single post page. I must remove that counter single post page where I call counter. In return, I call counter on the top. I don't need that. And I have these two. I'm ready for Bootstrap because this route is for home page. I have all what I need. I need that always visible header. It is our header. It is also here. It is link also home. It is our brand. Home is link for go to home page when we want. Admin post we don't work tonight. And I can go to design. I can go to design, but stay long, how long you need to converge from route 5 to route 6. Below video, you will have in description, you will have a application from Git where application where is route 6 we learn in some video before, but it is one small excellent React application with only two components, date and dates, plural and singular. Lot of dates, we can find concretely dates. Click on date, we have that date. Very, very simple application and excellent for learning. Router 6. Here it is. Also, home is index. Home is index. Dates is here, but when we click on dates, also it is we can set index of dates. It is first starting information for dates, and here is links for every concretely dates our journal, and it is excellent for learning Route 6. And I spoke about it in some video. You can find that video, what titles, what called Router 6, how many of them, I don't know. And stay on that, understand that Route 6. Understand, and when you understand, when you experiment on this application, you take from Git, and you can clone that application. The most practical is clone application. Clone application and experiment, look at video, what I talk, how I explain, and experiment, change links, change route inside up, outside up, and look at where it is. And now we learn that you must know what you want, because I have experience before. I create a lot of PHP application, and I know how look at what is goal of admin, what is goal of home page, and what is construction of home. Every home, there is a header, there is a footer, there is a body, and there is a div, and that construction responsive in the end, with all that design, CSS, HTML, and I know, and because of that I here know that I want always visible header. And now I don't need, until now, I don't know in the future what will be goal in front of router 6. But for now, I have header here, home, admin post, it is always visible. I have brand here, I can write brand, and when I go to other view, single page, I also have that up visible, and for now is okay for me without header. But here I used it is up location, up, look at how you must be concentrate. We must experience where it is. It is up, it is index.js, it is single page, it is add for. Where it is what we find. Where it is what we find. And because work and work. Work and work. Experience and experience is only important here. Apps now. After outlet, in outlet we have add post form, post list, but here we have a React strap, and I retain it for next time when I start step by step, slowly, like this, slowly design this homepage, Facebook-like homepage. if you know somebody that need a video like this, say them about that. If you like it. If you need it, subscribe to it. Share about this video, this post list, React for totally beginners, and comment and engage and create a community for learning. We all here learning. I'm learning a lot of, but with you would be easy for me also, much easier than now. But I have your help. You subscribing, you like, it is big support to me. Thank you for watching.